Hey kids, it's January 24th, 2011, and I initially wasn't going to do a video on this bill. However, the several shootings against law enforcement officers in the past 48 hours has really, it made me decide that this might be a good time to do this video anyway. So I'm going to introduce you to HR 365, the National Blue Alert Act of 2011. If you're familiar with Amber Alerts when children go missing or something, well, the Blue Alert, basically what this bill does is it establishes a set of guidelines. If an officer is seriously injured or has been murdered, and the assailant is still at large, this is supposed to streamline the process for interagency coordination across state boundaries, so on and so forth, so the suspect or suspects can be apprehended. It sounds like a great bill. I'm looking at it. The idea sounds pretty good. It's well written. It was introduced to the floor by Representative Michael Grimm out of New York, who's a Republican. I understand he was put there by the Tea Party. But the question I have is if he was put there by the Tea Party, why is he pushing for $10 million to be authorized for appropriated grants in order to do this? And the other question I have is that don't we have a system already like this with interagency cooperation? I mean, I don't know. You know, I don't work in law enforcement. Maybe there's issues when you're going from one state to the next state. But you know, I'm reading the bill. The bill's a pretty damn good bill, honestly. I think it's pretty brilliant. I just, you know, I'm a little surprised that, you know, a gentleman who was elected by the Tea Party would be advocating for the expenditure of $10 million to do this. The other interesting side note is it has one co-sponsor, and the co-sponsor, ironically, is very interesting actually, is Representative Pedro Pierluisi, who represents Puerto Rico. Now, for those of you who don't know, Puerto Rico has a representative in the House of Representatives. Mr. Pierluisi is a United States Democrat. He's registered as a Democrat, but he's, you know, being from Puerto Rico, he's affiliated with the New Progressive Party of Puerto Rico, as an aside, and their group or their party is advocating for Puerto Rico to become the 51st state, and I have no issue with that either which way personally. But I just thought that was interesting. The one co-sponsor is a representative from Puerto Rico. So check out the bill, links below. Read it for yourself. It's a pretty short bill. It's very well clearly written, so like anybody can understand it. And you know, I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. It's an interesting concept. I'm just not quite sure if it's actually a problem that we need to resolve, or if we already have the issue resolved and maybe we just need to work together more to so we wouldn't have to have a bill to do it. Until next time, peace. God bless the families of all those officers who have recently passed or are in the hospital. God bless you all, and God bless the Republic.